Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it in? Somebody's getting it for you. What's good, people? Woo, what's good, people? It's the day of the damn that we call Friday. Anyway, damn, it's Friday already. Anyway, that being said, what's good, people? As you already know, I've been going through my dilemma and stuff like that. As you notice, I've been messing a lot with my hair and stuff like that, and back and forth and stuff like that. And I was telling you in reference to this type of hair, which I had talked about before, in reference to that this hair is that hair that costs. Remember, this is that synthetic type blend hair, which we already know that is basically some type of plastic hair. Anyway, if you want to know, this hair right here that you see on my head, that's before me, is a weave, and it cost me the total of $18.99, which is $18.99. Now, the reason why I'm making this video, and I'm going to make it in reference to a lot of things, but basically, I want to show you I had took it and I pressed it out because it said that you could curl it. I mean, straighten it. So what I did was I got some of this here, and I spray it. You know, like some type of stiff stuff to make it, you know. So basically, what I did was I got my flat iron, and I flat ironed it. Let me see. So when I did this and stuff like this in reference to this hair, I'm just hoping you can see in the camera. I did this in reference to the hair because I want to make sure it's nice and, you know, flat. So this is how it comes out. Get into the ends. Anyway, that being said, and I want you to get into the movement. Look at this. This hair actually moves like crazy. So anyway, that being said, what's good, people? I want to talk in reference to, look at this. I want to talk in reference to a girl that I've been watching on the internet, and her name is Samantha James. Anyway, that being said, okay, I'm going to do a little research on this woman. She's a transgender woman. She's one of my sisters and stuff like that. Her name is Samantha James. Revlon, that's what she calls herself. She says she dropped the Revlon because Samantha James, she used to be Samantha Revlon, but the simple fact of the matter is that people kept flagging her and stuff like that. I guess it's something within the Revlons. I'm not sure. That's not, you know, per se. Anyway, that being said, her name is Samantha James. She's a transgender woman who's living her life through the internet in reference to giving an idea of her whole life and the different things and steps and procedures that she goes through as far as being a transgender woman of 2014. Her name is Samantha James, and I'm going to give you a few insights on this woman. She's 36 years old. Did you know that? Also, she went to college, and she wanted to be a mortician. So basically, she went to Penn State College and stuff like that, and, you know, she kept moving forward within that, and she said she always, you know, kept money and stuff like that as far as the dorm room. She had a grant, she had SSI and stuff like that. And then as she was going to Penn State and stuff like that, she started going to these the campus parties. So at the campus parties, of course, you know, we already know there's heavy drinking and stuff like that because of a lot of stress and different things that a lot of girls go through as well. Well, this is the thing, is that she wanted to become a mortician because simple fact of the matter is that she had an obsession with dead bodies. And the thing about it was that is her calling, what she feels as though, you know, she wanted to do. So through these parties and stuff like that, she was introduced to drinking. And she transitioned when she was only 14 years old. And the person who did her body was Kelly Harper. And if anybody knows her, she's a legend within her own right. I love Kelly. A lot of girls out here, a lot of different things as far as that. The late Kelly Harper has passed on. But I always love Kelly. Kelly always been good to me. And the thing about it with me and Kelly was that I was supposed to go with her to Mexico. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that because it's a story about that. But Kelly Harper is the one who did my body as well, and she did Samantha James' body. But Samantha James moved on further to go to Kemah, which is in Newark, New Jersey. I went to Kemah too as well to get some work done, but I'm not going to go into all that as well. Mother has lived. I got a lot of history and a lot of stories, but I'm not going to share everything. But anyway, that being said, so the simple fact of the matter is that, you know, she was going through her transition and stuff like that, and then, you know, she went to Penn State and stuff like that. She was going to parties, and she was introduced to drinking, which drinking ended up going into cocaine. Now, she got into the cocaine in reference to, you know, escorting and, you know, pulling clients and stuff like that, because that's what she was doing, you know, in reference to living her life to her fullest and being true to who she was. She had to find a proper means of survival in the world we live in 2014. Anyway, I had no idea she was such an intelligent woman, but this woman speaks of a lot of history and a lot of education when it comes down to a lot of things that, even though she may come across as crazy, but I always say to a lot of girls, like a lot of people, in reference to girls like me, a lot of us have so much stuff that we go through, and people don't understand what we go through as far as what we see. I know people say, well, you did what you did, and you're going to be an escort, you're going to be a whore. It's not the thing that a lot of girls ended up wanting to do, and sometimes they need some type of drug of choice to get through it. I call it courage, like liquid courage or drug courage, to get themselves through it to the next step, because the simple fact of the matter is that it's a very horrific type of life. And then when you got your own people in the gay LGBT community that also put you down as well. Not all of them, because some of them racist, but you know. And then you go through so many changes and you have these things. But the thing that I've learned is that the straight people accept more so the transgenders than the gay people, which is really weird. A whole bunch of this whole thing is really weird. But anyway, we're going to stay focused on, you know, I'm just giving you a rough draft on what she's going through with her mental frame of mind. So she went to Penn State College and stuff like that, and she wanted to be a mortician and stuff like that. Now, this is a bad chick. I have to give it to her. She's a bad chick, you know. And the thing about it is, it's a hard life. She went from drinking, she went to cocaine, then she went to crack. Now, the thing about it is, I saw a video in reference to her a while ago about, you know, she was outside and stuff like that, and was this female doing a video on her. I'm assuming it's a female, whatever. But she was doing this video on her, and she was like, pull out your dick, and she had to show wicked. I'm sure some of you may refer back to that video if you know of this woman, Samantha James. So the thing about it was that the disgrace of it, that she knew what she was, but she was so under the influence that the woman was just ragging her out just to put her out as far as a joke. You know, and it bothered me, because I understand, anybody who understands the type of pain of a transsexual, we go through a lot, and you have to have thick skin. You're going to have to deal with stuff you're not going to want to deal with. You're going to have to deal with battles that you can say, I can't deal with this. You're going to deal with it anyway. You cannot close your eyes to it. But every girl handles everything that their way, you know, at their speed. So the thing about it was, she went from drinking to cocaine to crack. Now, she went to crack, she was still going to school and stuff like that. I don't know as far as her graduation, stuff like that. I don't know if she graduated, so be it, but she started using crack and stuff like that, dealing her clients and stuff like that, and, you know, she became a user, which we can kind of see, like, we're watching videos and stuff like that as well. And you can look at her eyes as far as myself. I see myself, because simple fact of the matter is that I understand what she's going through without her saying too much. I get it. Now, she made this little saying called get up off them dicks and stuff like that. Now, the thing about it is, a lot of girls may not know the reason why she says what she says. She's a very, 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 very smart woman. When she says get up off them dicks, she's talking about, when she's talking about get up off them dicks, she's talking about, all the people that's inside of her head. She created characters inside of her head. So she says get up off them dicks, she's talking in reference to the girls who have put her down, who shot her down, and basically talk about her bad, you know, like the Paris is burning type of thing. No one needs to call you ugly. You already know you're ugly, so nobody needs to tell you that you're ugly. And she's in reference to that. So she's basically talking to these girls who put her down, and she says get up off those dicks, bitches. She's talking to them within her head of a safe place, because she knows that she could use it this way and nobody could really retaliate on her. So when you're talking about me, you're talking about me. So she doesn't let you know exactly who she's talking to, but she's saying in an indirect way of letting the person know that it is directed towards you. But it's a safe way to be, because, you know, repercussions may attack you. So also, this woman has been through a lot. And the thing about it is, she went all the way to L.A., and as she was in L.A., she was introduced to crystal meth. And the thing about it was, she wanted to find out more ways in reference to stuff that she could try. I guess I'm assuming that she wanted to get out of a lot of pain that she was in. So basically, she always like trusted people to give her advice and methods to, can she possibly take this and function the same way that they're functioning as they're doing the drug. But obviously, it became much more an addiction to her because she moved away to LA and she got sprung out on crystal meth. Crystal meth is like a drug and stuff like that her roommate was using, and the roommate would just stay up for days and days and days and just pulling dates and stuff like that, making $3,000 or $4,000 a day, allegedly. Anyway, that being said, so she started trying to do it, and it didn't do the same thing for her. She kind of like flipped out and started going crazy and stuff like that. Now you have to understand, with a person doing these type of drugs after all this period of time, it's going to start affecting the brain. Now, not only thinking of the fact that she had work done, her body done, but also she's on hormones, also she's doing coke, also she's drinking, also she's doing crack. This is a person that's using a lot of substance abuse, because the simple fact of the matter is that, to me per se, they're trying to get out of a lot of pain that they're feeling, and basically deal with their reality and stuff like that, of where they're heading and stuff like that. Now, the thing about it was, she was in LA for 10 years, and she said she slept outside. She didn't care anything about anything. She just was on that crystal meth. She said LA is a crystal meth drug. I don't know. I don't do drugs. I'm already messed up in the head myself. But the thing about it was, she didn't care. She didn't care about shelter. She didn't care about a place to live. She didn't care about anything. All she cared about was this drug. And I understand it because I come from a background of people who've done drugs, and I watch how severely it can really take a person down. And the thing about it is, she didn't even care. For 10 years, she's inside of LA. I guess it was like a haze of a blur, because the fact of the matter was that she was just on drugs really that bad. So, let me see, when it started. Okay, so she's had two times she almost lost her life. She was hanging out with the queen. Her and this other queen got high together, and the queen started going crazy and stuff like that and stabbed her. Then she went to, was out there doing her trick and stuff like that. Instead of going back to her hotel, she went to go put her little stash of what I do not know. But she went to go put it somewhere in the back alleyway, and someone hit her in the head with a crowbar and almost killed her once again. So she had 2 attempts on her life where she almost died. And the second time when she got the crowbar hit inside the alleyway, she had to learn how to walk and talk and everything all over again, because she was really messed up at that point. She didn't even want to live anymore, because the simple fact of the matter was, like, her life just seemed to be like spiraling out of control, and it hasn't quite gone to where, you know, she wants. Even though she tells her story and stuff like that, like I do, we tell it like a jokey manner, but a lot of times we're saying it as a joke, but really do mean what we're saying, because simple fact of the matter is that it is a lot of pain being true to you, and all the ridicule and judgment, and people always putting us down. So, you know, she did the thing, I recovered this, stood up off them dicks and stuff like that, and, you know, she was talking about this too, and Cookie Tookie. Cookie Tookie, okay, Cookie Tookie is somebody who she's created inside of her head, who does all the bad things, the demon, the person who don't care. She talks to Cookie Tookie. It's like a, never being alone, I per se get from that. It's never being alone type of thing. I talk to myself. I'm talking to myself a lot more than I used to. But Cookie Tookie is someone she talks to inside of her head. So a Cookie Tookie is the kind of person who does bad things. She's like a demon. She don't give a fuck. She don't give a fuck about nothing. So Samantha James is the calm person. A Cookie Tookie is the one who acts up. Cookie Tookie doesn't give a damn. Cookie Tookie says get up off them. Cookie Tookie is the one that, you know, she created in Memphis too. You know, dealing with bad situations. Advice comes over and take her out. Cookie Tookie is the one they're gonna get. They're not gonna get Samantha James. To me, Cookie Tookie is somebody she used as a protector. You know, like somebody who has Samantha James back. So Cookie Tookie is the one who looks out for Samantha James. She's like the mean one, but she's also Samantha James' protector. Anyway, that being said, the thing about it is that I came away with it, you know, is that she's going through a lot, and she's a substance abuser, and she's still definitely on it, and her journey, her struggles and everything is still going as we speak. And she's got a new line, which I was a little shocked. She has a t-shirt line going, and she sold like 50 t-shirts allegedly. And the thing about it is, you know, and she has a lot of support and stuff like that. People help her and stuff like that. People download her videos and stuff like that, you know, for a kiki or to laugh and see what she's going to say next, because they find her very entertaining. It's funny. You'll find people's sorrow very entertaining, but people with so much pain usually have the best songs, the best stories. the best of everything, because simple fact of the matter is that we may laugh at it and we make it think it funny because some stuff we can't believe that we actually been through. But we actually been through holy hell and back, and we laugh at it, I guess, to keep the pain from basically killing us and stuff like that. And I can see myself within a lot of Samantha James, and I can see where she comes from. She handles her situations a lot more different because she's talked to an inner person, and she back and forth with that person in her head. Me, myself, I have my own per se thing. I'm not going to get into it because it's not about Raven, it's about Samantha James. Anyway, that being said, so that's where Cookie Tookie comes from. Cookie Tookie is the demon that lives inside her head. She's still on drugs and stuff like that. She's still fighting back and forth. Drug use is a battle within itself. If anybody's ever been on drugs, anybody who knows anyone on drugs, it is a hard demon to fight because it knows what to put in front of you, and it knows how you're going to handle it, and it knows if you can deal with the situation or not. A lot of times we can't deal with a lot of things. Some people use church, some people use food, some people use a lot of different types of addiction. When I get upset, things bother me a lot. My hair changes like every day, like you've seen. You know, and the thing about it is I tell you a lot of things, but I don't want to tell you everything because I don't want to discourage you so much. Because I have so much that I want to say, but I don't want to say because I don't know who's watching. And even though I said a lot, but, you know, and when I transitioned within myself, I didn't know I had to date straight men, which you already know, and how I feel about that. And, you know, and I'm not happy with them coming into my life. And, you know, she was explaining that they're nothing but trade, and she was saying that only she looks at it as the butch queens because she likes the butch queens better because it's better for someone to understand your story versus someone who don't understand, who really don't care, or to see you as dates, as a trick. You know, so, but my thing is this, why I come away from her and Samantha James, she's a very true, strong person within herself, and some people say she's a public figure, which she very much said so, and she marches to the beat of her own drum, and she's definitely in a cloud of darkness, even though she tries to shed a lot of light, but it is a lot she's gone through. And the reason why I did this video, because I want to let you know, in reference to a diary of a transgender woman who's actually showing you videos of her doing a lot of things that I don't think is very safe. And she states that, you know, some guys she messes with is straight, they don't know her tea. I definitely don't condone that. I feel as though that's reckless behavior. Only because I know the outcome that could be if you do it to the wrong one. And everybody knows that, like I know, the cute guys that sit behind Joe, and they're the most ones that'll kill your ass in a fucking minute. Not saying the ugly ones won't, but a lot of nicer ones will. And she's playing Russian roulette, but sometimes when you already died inside, the only thing that's living is the part of you that opens your eyes. Because the simple fact of the matter is that you can't believe you're actually living. And because so long ago you feel like you're already dead. Anyway, that being said, well, you can always Google her name, Samantha James and stuff like that. She's very much entertaining, and she's very much out there, and she's very, very hilariously funny. And the thing about it is, I get you, and Samantha James, I get you, you say you always go through the video, so I'm just letting you know, I get you, I understand you, I understand your journey, I understand everything that you're happening. I mean, I know exactly how you feel because those are your feelings and your way of what you need to do for you, as I need to do for myself, as the other girl needs to do for herself. You know, no one knows what a transgender goes through but another transgender. That's why I always tell these other girls, stop putting each other down and stuff like that. But you're going to do what you want to do anyway at the end of the day because you really don't care, because your life doesn't flick upon that type of matter. But we all get a turn. Everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn. Whether you think you're living above the clouds, that you can't suffer the pain that a lot of the transgenders do, you're definitely going to mistake it when the rude awakening comes. I don't care how passable you are, how beautiful you are, everybody gets a turn. And I don't care how much of a life that you think you live, that you're untouchable, you will be touched. Anyway, that is said. Samantha James, I understand you because my name is Crazy Raven, a.k.a. the fucking lunatic, a.k.a. the angry transgender, a.k.a. the evil bitch, a.k.a. the bitch that fights and fist fight people on her own. And my thing is this, is that my heart goes out to you, and you have to do what you have to do your way. And anyway, I just want you to do you. I want you to do you the best way you can. If nobody don't like it, then fuck them.